Dangan is a sequel to Danganronpa Desperate Heart. We recommend you watch that series first. We are not related to any Danganronpa companies in any way. This is strictly fan-made. This series is rated 16. Viewer discretion is advised. I got it!
Ah, yes.
Listen here, would ya?
Ugh.
Shush!
Miss Sunshine.
Huh?
Over and out.
What are we, a bunch of horses? Why the long faces, folks? Bummed you didn't win the game of betrayal?
Even I can read the room.
Oh, sacred Mangotama.
Actually, it's pronounced Magatama.
Oh, sacred Megatama.
No, that's not it either. It's Magatama. Repeat after me. Maga.
Well, actually, it's pronounced shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up.
Don't make me do it, Flashy. Anywho, you know the rules by now. We're investigating the incident involving the two bodies, or lack thereof, in the betrayal room. Find the killer, vote, yada yada, I go home.
You know, this is a lot. But I promise you all, we'll get through this together.
I want to go home.
I can no longer call myself an ultimate. I just need to go home and find a new purpose.
You girls vote for whoever you want. I don't care what happens.
Somebody killed Rentomu and Nezumi. When will this game end?
We were supposed to be the survivors. We were supposed to stop the mastermind.
Somebody killed Rentomu and Nezumi. When will this game end?
No, that's wrong! It's true we may have found Nezumi's body, but Rentomu's body was nowhere to be found. He might still be alive.
That makes him the killer then, surely. Those two were together in the room, and he fled after killing the mouse. Case closed.
Don't think I didn't see you and Rentomu in the sauna. You had your hands all over him. Now you want him dead?
I want nothing anymore, child.
Judging by the blood soaking through the back of the mouse head, it's likely Nezumi died from blunt force trauma.
Rentomu's big enough to just slam Nezumi against a wall. Maybe he really did do it.
But where did he even go? And without any clothes on? Oh, I suppose I don't particularly want to look for him if I'll see his delicates.
Maybe he was killed and someone hid the body.
You need a rope or something to even drag a body that big. Maybe Matilda's bag strap.
Aren't you all forgetting the one thing Rentomu was best at? When his spirit channels, his entire body changes.
Uh-huh. And he just happened to decide to channel someone during the game, did he? The culprit killed Rentomu and moved the body.
I doubt any of us could move a body of his stature ourselves.
He didn't have any reason to channel someone, did he?
There was a note inside the room reading channel for answers.
But that doesn't mean he actually did it, right? It's a request, not an order.
The back of the note had spaces for a spirit to fill in answers.
Whoever wrote the front side could have also written the back.
Wasn't the back in a different handwriting?
Rentomu couldn't have channeled anyone. He needed a photo.
Is it not possible he just needed to see the deceased?
I'm so confused. Who would he have channeled?
There's literally a deceased person right in front of him! He must have channeled Nezumi!
This is the truth!
He channeled Nezumi?
I'm not too sure how his channeling works, but maybe he didn't need a photo after all.
Nezumi wore a mask! A glued-on mask at that! He couldn't have seen their face.
There may very well be another conclusion, but as it stands, that's the only possibility at the moment.
So, Nezumi is somewhere in the facility, but naked?
Oh, the boy has a point. If Nezumi awoke within Rentomu, why would they strip down?
Nezumi probably panicked after realizing they were dead and fled to their room.
Ugh, a naked mole rat frolicking around bearing their naked molehills. What a disgusting image.
I don't want to imagine that! Shut up!
Nezumi probably panicked after realizing they were dead and fled to their room.
No, that's wrong! There is a 0.00% chance Nezumi
And
is in
why's
the room.
that? That's where I'd run if I took all my clothes off. Not that I'm going to.
When we went to investigate Nezumi's room, the door handle broke off as soon as we turned it. If Nezumi had entered their room before we did, the handle would already be broken off from them opening the door.
The handle broke off?
The screws on the handle were all missing. Thing would have come off clean no matter how miraculously you tried to open it.
Then they didn't go there. Maybe they figured that would be the first place we checked when we went to look for them.
This mouse is craftier than it looks. I'm sure Ave-L would have loved to help us catch a mouse.
Yeah, he would have. And she's in a better place now.
Mm-hmm.
I realized something, Matilda. A better place doesn't have to mean heaven. Of course, if you find comfort in believing in heaven, then Ave-L definitely went to heaven. But if not, then a better place can mean anywhere. Maybe a nice, warm bed, or a tuna factory. Or maybe Ave-L is waiting for you for as long as it takes.
Odo, you're too sweet.
I understand now how different people find comfort in different things. You helped me a lot, Matilda. I want to help you, like a superhero.
And what a good superhero you are!
I don't need the compliments right now. You were the very best at what you did. You gave Ave-L the best life you could have.
Otto is right. With or without email, you are still an ultimate.
You're all too good to me. Please, we must get to the bottom of this mystery, though. You're saying Nezumi is hiding somewhere else?
They have to be. They left the betrayal room after being channeled and hid somewhere.
There's a wrench in the works! We just had that nice moment, but I realized something, and you've got everything wrong! You say Nezumi left the betrayal room, but that's not even possible! The doors were locked up tight. Until everyone voted in the game.
The doors would not have opened. That much at least is true. But I think Nezumi took a different route.
A different route? Those rooms had no other exits. You saying there was a secret passage?
I don't know where exactly. But there's evidence that points to it. All those large bolts we found must have opened up a way out.
So, you're saying someone took out all those massive bolts from somewhere on Rentomu's room?
There's only one way to find out. Snappy! Oh, he's asleep?
What's the matter, you? Forget about it.
Robot, wake up and I'll show you my breasts.
What a wonderful day!
Snappy, we need to look closely at the betrayal rooms. Are we allowed to leave the trial grounds to do so?
Eh? The betrayal rooms are literally in the exact same location as the trial grounds. You stupid or something?
Right. Let's look at this room.
So apart from the door, where could Nezumi have escaped through?
We're looking for somewhere with big bolts, yeah?
The door is all automatic. It slides open when voting is over. No bolts to be found on it.
And the sides are completely smooth. Not a bolt in sight.
Oh, look! The roof of the room has holes around the dome part. Maybe Nezumi is malleable enough to fit through a hole.
Do you hear yourself right now? The mouse is not made of slime.
I wish I was made of slime. That sounds so cool.
These holes, though. Maybe bolts were originally in them?
If this dome section of the roof was bolted down, maybe now the bolts have been removed, it opens up?
Don't worry, I'll climb up and open it.
It really does open. The roof of the room is an escape hatch.
But there are only 4 bolt holes, and far more actual bolts. Where did the others come from?
Probably the other rooms. I think someone unbolted all the escape hatches on the betrayal rooms.
Someone went to the length of unbolting all the hatches? Why?
Probably to cover their tracks. With all the hatches open, no one hatch can be pinned down as being involved in the murder.
Hold it! What about the smaller bolts? Amongst this heap of large bolts were 4 much tinier ones. Where did they come from?
Maybe a miniature betrayal room.
The screws from Nezumi's door handle were placed amongst the hatch bolts.
Which must mean whoever unbolted all the hatches also unscrewed Nezumi's door handle.
So it was Nezumi that unbolted all the hatches?
Maybe someone broke into Nezumi's room for their own nefarious deed.
Or perhaps someone else was in the betrayal room with Rentomu and Nezumi. They opened the hatch and jumped right in!
Isn't it possible 2 different people chose the same hiding place for their bolts and screws?
Maybe someone broke into Nezumi's room for their own nefarious deed.
I agree with that. Why would Nezumi break the lock to their own room? First of all, they have the key. And second, the doors are unlocked if you're outside the room.
So, someone else did it?
Someone other than Nezumi unbolted all the hatches and unscrewed the door handle. Probably to get into Nezumi's room.
And kill them?
And kill them before dragging the body to the now unbolted hatch and dumping the body inside.
I think you're onto something, Cosmo. But I actually believe the murder to have taken place in the canteen.
The canteen?
Picture this. In the middle of the night, Nezumi headed to the canteen for a snack. They went without their suit on, believing nobody to be out there, most likely. But someone was in the canteen already, and they killed Nezumi in cold blood. Then they broke into Nezumi's room to retrieve the mouse suit. Finally, stuffing the body inside the suit and hiding it inside the unbolted betrayal room.
But someone was in the canteen already, and they killed Nezumi in cold blood.
No, that's wrong!
I'm being yelled at by a child? Raise your hand like a good boy before shouting.
You're stupid!
Excuse you?
You heard me! Nezumi couldn't have been killed in the canteen because Matilda was asleep in the canteen!
And nobody else was in there with me!
Holy mother of... Charlotte, you agree that the murder took place in the canteen, don't you?
Yes, I believe that's right. After all, you said there was a wiped up blood smear on the floor, didn't you?
I guess. But still, Matilda would have been woken up by a murder.
How smooth-brained are you? I'm saying Matilda is the culprit.
What?!
Matilda was at her poor little kitty's deathbed when Nezumi walks in, unmasked, and for some ungodly reason, she kills the poor mouse. She tried her best to wipe up the blood, and then she hid the body inside the betrayal room for Rentomu to discover. Case closed.
You don't seriously think I did it? I was asleep! I didn't hear anything, I promise!